for which career?
For startup owner and gold as well as gold XP also.
What do you mean by not able to unlock a product?
You can show demo if you like.
Not demo needed actually. If you,
well, just check the logs and get in touch with Camille or whoever. I don't know. Everything was working fine yesterday. I even played with it. Maybe so. Check first of all. Check what response you received from PEP, because it might be that the access code is not valid anymore because the number of redemptions has been exceeded or whatever. I don't know.
no, it is saying currently that the levels has been unlocked and you can start your practice, but
This won't be as. It's telling us to see the.
yeah, what I'm saying is in front end it's showing currently, and I don't know what is happening in the back end.
In today's way, you can't check from back end logs.
Okay, you need to see.
We'll check.
Again, we'll check in debug mode. Okay, start the demo.
Yes.
Okay, just a minute, David.
Mm-hmm.
Please join the link. No, he's showing from the system.
I'm gonna try it on the previous build, and let's see if it's a question of a build or what. The app.
First story, my tap printed on the keyboard does not move the cursor to the next
1
page.
minute, he's checking his mobile.
Okay, start. No, career view. Let me pick career view. Use an access code. Okay, so it's going to be SLAD. All. OMI. Think. Went. Hacky. Okay. Activate next. Create an account. David. This username already exists. Okay. Signing in, 81, password 1. Signing in, validating. I'm still using the build with the array. The pop-up instead of unlocking the product. Okay, let me see. Use the 60. By the way, which one should I use? 59 or 60?
Anything should be fine.
Pardon?
60? 60 is fine.
Okay.
60, just array.
Just array, copy paste.
So again, SLAD, call, OMI, think, went, hacky, activate, next. Okay, David 81, password 1. Continue. Signing in. Validating. Levels unlocked. Start practicing. Okay. Okay, I can still see the call to action row. I'm signing out. Signing in again. Password 1. Continue. Okay, my products. Career view. Yeah, the call to action row is still there. Right, so it needs to be debugged with backend because it is not working for the previous version. Did you test it only again? Which products did you test?
We checked it startup and Gold XP.
Startup and Gold XP. I just checked career view. None of these is working. Right.
Yeah.
So it needs to be. So what I'm going to. Well, let me see. Well, you need to get in touch with Camille about that. I have no other idea right now because there's something wrong with that. I don't know what. This needs to be checked with the backend.
Okay, maybe. So are we continuing with the review or?
You can start. You can share my screen.
Okay.
First story, tapping enter on the keyboard does not move the cursor to the next text field.
Enter.
So now the height has been adjusted. So it will be high clear visible now.
Mm-hmm.
So it will not hide anything in between.
Yeah. Okay. My question is, why did it happen that that first name and last name accepted only A to Z? Who made this decision?
Last and
Name and last name table.
The thing that we discovered by accident yesterday, that we accepted only A to Z. So we would, as I said, we would have rejected Hindi names, Chinese names, Polish names, even containing diacritics, and so on. Please, if you have questions like that, please ask them to me because I didn't tell you to do that this way. So if you have questions, whether we should accept A to Z or anything else, please send them to me. Okay, that's going to be much better because sometimes we do not think about certain things. Sometimes we go one step forward and then we can come up with solutions like that. And lots of people got simply, well, maybe not disappointed, but distracted by the fact that they were putting their names and it was rejecting their names, and we didn't know why. This happened during this research. So please discuss the details with me if you have questions like that, whether we should accept A to Z or any other symbol. Right? Okay.
Okay then.
Thank you. All right. So we're seeing that it's switching to another field, right? Yeah. With the return.
In iOS, I'm just showing now.
Yeah.
iPhone 10.
So in all the screens, the height has been adjusted. So user will not get any instruction in between.
Okay. And could you go down to password? Yeah. And as well.
Go down to
Password.
password, yeah.
So that I can see the entire flow. Okay.
The account is creating now.
Okay.
Username and
All right. Doesn't matter. Okay, thank you.
After granting the next story is after granting the app access to the camera, the QR code scanner does not open automatically. So as of now, if you allow the camera will open automatically.
Okay. Can I see it in
Yes.
Android?
Yeah. Just a minute, we will clear the cache and do it again.
In the camera function.
Hmm.
Okay.
Davidi is asking me, I'll deny and allow. I'm giving allow here. So I'm tapping scan. It is opening the camera now.
Okay. And what is going to happen if you deny it?
So if you deny, I just
You will hit a pop-up.
just a minute.
It's not coming.
So I'm denying here. So it will please allow the app to use the camera in settings. So for I have just added an enhancement for clicking to redirecting to settings automatically as in iOS.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's perfectly acceptable. Did you add a ticket for this redirection, or are you planning to add a ticket to the backlog?
Today I will be adding the.
Okay, thank you. It's going to be a minor issue, but it should be there, but it's a minor improvement. Okay, thank you.
And this 1011 app is not pointing to prod by default Pixel 2. I'm just using Pixel 2 only. So now the app is pointing to prod by default.
Okay. One more thing that I thought about this morning when I was playing with the app, we need to extend the time needed for a long press to open this selection, because I believe that currently a user might by accident discover our staging environment, you know.
Yes, there is, yeah.
So I think that we need to extend it to, say, I don't know, 5 seconds or something like that, because, well, it's too easy to find it now.
Okay. We can make it. We can make the change.
So PEMOB 1010 app crash scanning the QR scan time. It is acting device specific. So in Pixel and iOS it is working fine, but in Moto C, Prabhu has commented that it has been crashing.
Okay, let me see the
So
story.
it's in under view. So other than Moto C, it is working fine. With I have Pixel 2 here, and I have just played it. It does not catch me from the morning. So, but in Moto C, the Prabhu has commented that it is crashing. This is not applicable to S7 also.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a spillover, right?
Prabhu has went for checking the mobile. Let him come and we will show a demo on that at last. So moving to another story, renaming the app to PPE. So now it has been renamed to PPE in both. So now it has been renamed to both PPE in iOS as well as in iOS. Sorry, Android.
Mm-hmm.
And as I can also update it.
Okay.
On device sleep, your offline message is coming for new process by download. But today morning, I have just encountered a scenario which I got this message, but after that, I tried to reproduce it. Till now, I'm not able to reproduce. At the time of offline, I just showed to developers that.
Yeah, but I reproduced it today. This morning, I had this issue.
Ah,
I
yeah.
wanted to download a few assets, and it kept appearing. It allowed me to download things, but it was appearing.
Yeah, actually, before and all, it will say that you are offline, but it will not allow the user to download. But today, it is saying that you are offline, but download happens.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the steps to reproduce are, but I think this is still not resolved.
Yeah. So 1020 is still in the issue is still happening. Fraud do not get unlocked when the user creates a new account.
Yeah, I think we should close it. Yeah, this should be closed. Unless you can reproduce it, right? No, you cannot. I can see they're closing this keeping track on 1032, which is call to action row, do not disappear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Moving to next story, 1039. Privacy policy and terms of conditions links are incorrect in login and registration view. And now it has been updated and it is pointing to the privacy policy and terms of condition.
Yep.
So net is slow here actually, terms of use, and I'm going here privacy policy.
But it wasn't about this view, right? It was about the login view.
Yeah, okay. So I like to show the 3 screens also.
Okay.
Now our login screen is finished and I'm going for create an account screen.
Okay.
Terms of use and privacy policy. Uh, 1036, an iPhone X in registration focus is not centered. So we showed it already with it's not centered now. The height has been adjusted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. 1034 also we showed it confirm password field. Now it will not get focus when it is in text view. See, now it is not being confirm password.
Okay, and now if you switch to password required to password, what's going to happen? Okay, your password is batch. Okay.
Updated strings. This is updated strings, David.
Okay,
Next to 1035.
okay.
The first name, if I give one, it will show your first name must contain between 2 and 120 characters. And
But it was supposed to say lowercase, and it is not saying lowercase.
This is what
in Zeppelin does.
Pardon?
This is the text which was in Zeppelin, David.
Yeah, but I listed the strings in the description, right? What should be replaced with what?
I too just asked, but they have set me to go with Zeppelin markups. That's what I just clean it. See, I'm just opening Zeppelin markups also.
Okay, but well, again, why didn't you ask? Well, I received a question from Ezel about one thing, whether it should follow the mockup, right? But it's clearly stated here in the description. Instead of this one, say this one. Instead of this one, say this one. If there is a conflict, why didn't you ask me? I would have told you that for use the ones from the description plus the Zeppelin if there is not if they are not given in the description. Because the Zeppelin link was given later after I received the question from Ezel, right?
This is a Zeppelin markup which we are receiving.
I understand what the Zeppelin is. I know, I understand that, but this is incorrect. because then it turned out that it needs to be lowercase. It cannot be uppercase, right? Something like that. It was about, I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Username.
Not a problem. We'll update it now.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for this sprint, David. And actually,
Okay, so the biggest issue right now is that for some reason you cannot unlock products, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to figure out why it is happening. There are two potential issues. One issue is with PEP. Another issue is with Rumba, because in the past there were some misconfigurations in Rumba for some reason. We didn't know what it was, but the first step is that you get in touch with Camille and Marta. Let me tell you. I'm gonna coordinate it from my end as well, but as you can see, Manik would prefer this to be done by you. So let's do it this way, as Manik prefers. I'm gonna send you Marta's email. Okay, so you can ask her, send her an email, and I'll coordinate it from here, because I have calls just after this call, so I'm not going to be available for about 1 hour. So it's better if you write an email to Marta, provide her with the access code that you're trying to redeem, and we'll see what's happening. And please send this email to both Marta and Camille. Okay. And when they are available, when I'm available, I'm going to coordinate it with them. Okay?
Okay.
So what's next? Can you share your screen and okay. Just a minute, David.
Okay. No problem.
And proceed when you can. Yes. Let me share my screen.
Okay. Go back. Yep.
so as I said, unable to unlock startup level 1 and the gold XP also. So now we are not able to unlock any product. So first point that is, and the second point is when the phone is locked with the timer downloading, the cloud icon stuck at some point of time, and I need to. There is no action on that. Even I waited for 2 minutes or so. Then I closed it. Then
But wait. Number two. For which packages did it happen?
For which?
Yeah, because there are a few faulty packages that content producers put there in Blob and in Barbecue and the TOC, and they are not working for me either.
It was for audio and video, the startup level 2.
Startup level 2, so it shouldn't have happened. Okay.
Which one?
Second one.
The third one is so user not able to sync the video to the desired position he need. It is working fine in the normal mode, but it is not working fine in the full screen mode. So I can show you the demo later.
So Edel is going to present now.
Yeah. I'm playing here. I'm decided to have the video on the middle of the screen, so I'm touching in middle. So the video progress bar is going on the middle. But the same if I do it in the full screen mode, it is not happening. So it is in full screen mode. Now I tap on the middle also, it is go to the end point.
Okay.
This is the bug for the third pointer.
And did it happen for the previous version, or it's the latest version?
So this is happening in the latest version only. Before
It will happen before.
no, before what will happen means it will not go to the end point. It will go somewhere near to the point which we have selected. But now it is going to the end point and first point only. In between, it is not going anywhere.
No, did you check in previous build versions? 59, 57.
It will happen between the, when I'm touching it now, it will happen before the screen and after the screen. Now it is going to the end point.
Just check once and
Okay.
Okay, I'll share my screen now.
And
Fourth.
and for this is the old bug only, which is happening again. When all the downloaded files are vanishing when I kill the app and open again.
All the downloaded files are vanishing when the user kills the app and open again. What does it mean they are vanishing? What do you mean by vanishing?
No, the remove download icon is known that the highlighted it will not be enabled. But if you go and see it in the course view, it will show you as a downloaded view.
That means remove download.
Remove download content is not enabled.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Now I understand. Okay. I'm just playing with this previous version. Let me see. No, it was working fine in the previous build.
Yeah.
Switching between. It was working fine. There's progress in. It was working fine then. So what happened? We didn't do anything about the video files. So why did they get broken? We didn't touch video files, did we? And remove downloaded content is disabled. So okay. This is a long story, and I don't know what to do about that. But we still cannot tame the remove downloaded content. So I'm killing the app. Okay. I'm opening it again. Remove downloaded content is disabled. Crazy. You know, I know the 5th time we're going to fix remove downloaded content. Okay. Anyway, number 5, breadcrumb in career view. The page, it is back only. I could see a comment from Ezel that is due to the fact that we do not have description, right?
Yes.
It is possible. I told them that the description should be there, but they said that no, they don't want that. Okay, so they need to accept this.
Okay.
And 6th point is activities. Full activities have been collapsed now. We are not able to play any activities.
Could you give me an example of the activity?
So
Give me a demo.
Okay. Ariel, can you share your screen?
Yes. Edit.
it is not particular to any one level. All the levels has been collapsed now. See that this is a screen which is
Okay. Absolutely, I understand that it's developers, content producers' mistake. We don't need to care about that. But thank you for registering it. It's not our fault.
okay.
I'm already on it.
And
No, 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me share. Seventh one.
so seventh one is also in a reopen bug. Video is still playing in ported with full screen mode when the user turns the phone and press the full screen mode. So it seems that video will be playing in a full screen mode, but if the user is to change the phone to landscape mode and he press the full screen button, it will be playing the video in portrait as full screen mode.
Yeah, I noticed it some time ago, and it was supposed to be fixed, and I think it was fixed.
No, it is
Some
happening.
Reopen again.
As you know, eighth point is we are not able to reproduce the steps which makes this scenario. We are still in observation.
Yeah. As we discussed, well, I found it today, this morning as well. And it wasn't a fresh install. It was my usual install. I just installed the app a few days ago. I just played with it today just to check something. For some reason, it appeared there.
Coming back to the bugs, ninth point is that when the user forwards and backwards, in some videos only the transcript is not getting the correct output which is being playing in the video.
Not in
The transcript is not highlighting the correct voice output in the video. It is happening if the user skips some point to point, forward or backward.
All right.
Yeah, 10th one only we discussed in the Hangout, denying the camera permission, continuously seeking permission for the from the user.
And what happens if the user marks it as "do not ask me again," something like that?
No, it will not ask. It will not ask again.
Okay. All right. So it is going to open. It is going to display the pop-up every time the user opens the app if they denied it. But if they tap "do not ask me again," it is not going to it is not going to appear again, right?
Yes, sir.
But I would still keep it in the backlog. But as I said, low priority.
Yeah, okay, David. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, he wants to show them.
David, the Moto C app crash. Prabhu is ready with the device. He will show the demo now.
Okay.
Are you going to connect or you are going to show it in the video?
Video.
Are you going to show in video?
Just crash.
Is it ready?
Yes. Hi, David.
Okay.
Actually, I logged to Gold XP things. So unlock, it's unlocked. I scanning to QR right now. I scan. It's unlocked right now.
Scan the QR code.
Then I'm closing to close button. It's not. So it's asking for leave the course. Then one more time I'm scanning. Next time it's also granted. Suddenly it's closed.
Okay.
In
Thank
CAD,
you.
application is
Third time,
cracked.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Understood. Okay. So this is which one? Is it number PMOB 1010?
1010.
10.
All right. So it's a spillover, but to be honest, we are not going to fix that in the next sprint. It's not well, it is critical because it leads to an app crash, but it's not our top priority right now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
There is one more thing that in creating an account from the login page, sometimes it is taking time for the users to show the create account screen. Do we need to put a pop-up or showing that it is being loading there?
No. You mean when switching from login to registration, right?
Yeah, correct. When we pressing the create an account link there.
No. We are not loading anything. We are just, well, it's a problem with our implementation, to be honest, because
Sometimes taking too much time to show the screen. The user does not know that whether he clicks or not.
yeah, I encountered it. I have a story in the backlog for that. This is a bug, and we need to fix it. We need to figure out why it is taking so long, and we need to fix that. It's impossible in the app to have any loading like that if we are not making any async calls with the backend service. No, I'm not accepting that.
David, we are actually calling the native language endpoint over there while clicking create an account. So
I
that's
see.
taking the time.
I need to see it. I need to see that. But the story is there. I'm just going to rephrase it. Let me see. I support automation suite. No. I need to think this through how to resolve that. I don't want to make a decision too quickly, because it's gonna. I don't want to make any more decisions too quickly because then we run into trouble. I'm gonna. Where is it? So I'm gonna create a new story for that. Switching from login to registration sometimes takes long because we are loading the list of languages. Needs to be rethought with UX. Okay. I added a story to the backlog. For now, let's leave it as is.
How about the other bugs in backlog? Will you print out, Prabhu? PEMOB 994, 995.
Yeah, we are closing 994. We are closed at 995 and 27 will be taken care with 1035. Yeah, submitted the comment in all the three.
Okay, fine. Is demo needed for that?
We are just cloned it.
Okay. So should we proceed with planning them, David?
Yeah. How about the retro?
I'm ready. Team.
We have 50 minutes to cover everything. So maybe how about having the planning session, if we have time, having the retro afterwards?
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do it this way. And if it turns out that we can, because planning's unfortunately a bit more important, but if it turns out that we cannot have it, let's have the retro tomorrow after the thing. Okay?
Okay, David.
So can I close the sprint?
Just a minute. Let me check once. Replay strings is not yet done, right? We need to make few changes. So you want to take it as a spillover or?
Can you complete it?
Okay. Other than that, everything else is a spillover, right? And you can close regression testing 1031. Other than that, we have to 1010 and 1026 device link. Alipan, can you close 1031? So, David, let's leave it for now so that Errol can update 1035 and we can
Okay.
close EOD today.
Okay. So let me know when when to close it, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. All right. So I'm creating your sprint. Let me share my screen then. Okay. Create sprint. Okay. So this is going to be a 1 week sprint, and I would like this app to enter code freeze on Friday end of day. Okay, this would be the perfect solution, that we enter code freeze on Friday so that we can submit it for review. Let's say on
Friday,
yes?
it's a holiday for us, David.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's make it Monday end of day. Okay.
Code freeze. Okay.
Yeah, code freeze on Monday end of day, submission for review on Wednesday. Is that fine?
So does that mean we have to fix the bugs and testing on Wednesday?
But what bugs?
I mean, we have some spillover, so are we taking that into the next sprint or it's just...
Let me see them again.
We have few regression.
No. Your offline can go. It's not going to be included in the next sprint, and app crash scanning the QR code second time is not going to enter the next sprint.
Okay, and other than that, Valliappan has showed some bugs. So how about those bugs, David?
The first one was about products not getting unlocked. This is probably not related to the app at all, so we need to fix that on the backend side, this way or the other. There was the second one. I don't remember what it was because he didn't give me a demo, and I couldn't understand it a bit. So could we go back to this one? So could you show me the list of bugs, Kalpana, again?
Yeah.
Okay, cloud icon struck and no update on that even after 2 minutes when it is locked at time of downloading. Well, I don't know when it's for which products it is happening, because as I said, I saw a few of these today and they were all faulty because of the problem from content design perspective. It shouldn't be happening, of course, because in such cases we have a mechanism in which we give a strike through for the packages that should not be that should be just put on the name, and the download progress should appear, right? So level 2. Let me see if I have issues with level 2.
Well, even it starts.
Level 2. Audio downloading. Career view demo. Downloading. Downloaded. GEXP B2 video unit 1. Nothing. Unit 2. Nothing. Unit 3. Oh, there's something happening. And my question is, when shall I receive the build?
They can upload it once the string is updated, right?
Davita, now also I'm getting your offline here. Then the device was asleep for nowadays. So far and so far.
So Ariel is sharing his screen again.
So yeah, I'm clicking here and I'm receiving your offline down, but the see, I'm clicking here and I have full internet access. You're offline here, but the unit will be downloaded now.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too. I know what it looks like. But Philippe, it is taking long, but all these are downloading for me.
So just I'm going to show it to you.
It is startup level 2.
It's been downloading and I'm locking the screen now. And opening it again. See, please tracking that. So now
Okay, so it's a good. Okay, so this is what's happening, right? So you're stuck in the download and nothing is downloading, right?
yeah, right.
Actually,
Okay, so it's a bug in this build, and it's a critical bug because we need to fix that, because you cannot download a piece of content, which is absolutely wrong. I thought that there could be an issue with the blob or something, but as you can see, it downloaded for me without any issues with the previous build.
but actually, it's downloading in the backend. I mean, in the background, but only the UI is not getting updated. So if you're still seeing my screen, right? So if I go inside the audio, okay, there.
So this one will definitely need to be fixed in the next sprint.
Okay.
Okay, I'll share my screen again.
Let me see. Unable to seek the video to the desired position on full screen mode. Okay, this is a serious bug, but we can release the app anyway. All the downloaded files are vanishing when the user kills the app again, but yeah, okay. We can release with it as well. Breadcrumb in career view, all the pages back only, acceptable. All the activities are collapsed and not play. Content team, right. I would mark this breadcrumb in career view also as content team.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is a well, actually, this behavior is good. If they don't provide a description, then we should display just back. That's
So for this one, I've actually added comment in Philippe's bug. So this back appears because the text is too big. So the career view PP is the back button, and the page title is also career view. So both will be overlapping. So iOS by default makes it into back string. So that is why it's back.
That's okay for now. If we receive some feedback from the market that it's not good, we're going to fix that. But I wouldn't report it either.
No, it's
videos still playing. This one reopen. You're offline. This one is important, but not for the next sprint. If the user forward backward for some video transfers not highlighting the correct voice input. Okay, we can skip this one. It should go to the backlog, but we do not need to fix that before the release. Denying the camera permission continually. Yeah, this is okay. All right, so only number 2. Number 1 and number 2 need to be fixed before the release.
Okay.
Okay.
So they are going to enter the sprint for sure.
Okay, David. So, Valiappan, have you logged the number 2?
No. David, so yesterday you asked about redirecting the user to the My Product screen after he unlocks a product. So yesterday we tried it and it's good. So shall we do that also?
Yes, we need to have a story for that. Let me add it.
David, you had added 1040, right? You can split that and make it into 2.
Sorry, Azul, I didn't get it. Could you repeat?
You had added 1040 for 2 things. One is changing the image for a call to action row and to display in a snack bar instead of allowed.
Yeah.
So you can split them into 2. One would be changing the image. That will be one point story, and the other would be redirecting the user to the My Products page and
yes.
putting.
Okay, I will. Okay, I will. So I'm adding a new one. So improvement, redirect the user to the list of series after he or she unlocked a product. And when the user has unlocked a product, regardless whether on call to action row or scan tab, we redirect to the My Products tab and display the list of series. Okay. Right, so this is it. And you replace UI elements with more appropriate ones. So the first one is the image, and you want me to changing this pop-up to snack bar also be a separate story?
No, the redirecting and the snack bar can.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so they are separate stories. I don't want redirection to be done within this ticket. That's fine. Okay. All right. So can we proceed with the planning then?
Yes, then.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sharing my screen again. So for the first thing is replacing these UI elements. So call to action row image. Let's change the pop-up appearing after products have been unlocked to snack bar. The string should remain the same. This is the one that we discussed. We just discussed who's going to take it.
I'll take this. It's done already.
So, right? Is it Azul?
Yeah. Oh, see.
Estimation?
1.
Okay. Redirect the user to the list of series after he or she unlocked a product. I know who's going to do that, but I may be wrong. Well, of course. Okay. Estimation, Maha?
Redirect. 2 points there.
Okay, I could see this one got already fixed. Right? Native language is not set properly in the registration.
We have fixed it now, but it's not in the current build. We fixed it today.
But it's not tested as well, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
It's not part of the build.
So I'm going to change it to Valiappan or to Prabhu and put it in the sprint.
Yes.
So Valiappan?
Yeah, David.
David, you can just pull it into the sprint and we'll just move for ready for testing.
Yeah, that's what he's assigning directly to the QA.
I just thought that, okay, all right, we can do whatever you want with it. Okay, as a content producer, okay, so Gautam, are you still there?
Yes, David.
Okay, so for all of you, because we did that on Hangouts, as you remember that we have this problem that, not the problem, but the desired behavior that we replace parts to the engine. Instead of using the original ones, we modify them to point to the engine that we have already downloaded in the app.
Yes,
And
David.
I wanted, because I checked it even, it wasn't clarified well from my end, I must admit, that I didn't want this to happen if the engine is in there, in the package. And currently we have run into a problem in which we have a very old engine and activities that support a very old engine. And I needed to replace the engine. We do not have versioning, as we discussed. So I asked Gautam whether it would be difficult for him to just comment this functionality, because we are not going to use it, and we are not going to use it right now, right? And he responded it should not be a big problem. So what I'm going to do, Gautam, is I'm going to put a comment temporarily. Please disable.
Actually, David, I had started working on this thing, and I've almost finished this thing. So I just need to check a few things, like all the folders which you are downloading contains engine folder now. It will be better if you delete the engine folder from some lesson, and for me to check it, because this functionality is almost done actually.
So okay, Gautam. So we're going to do that when I receive a new build. Okay. Because if I remove it now, or we can schedule that. Okay, let's do it within 15 minutes. Because if I remove it now, or I rename it, lots of people are going to lose access to the product, to the engine. You know, this is the problem.
Actually, David, if you remove it also, anyway, we are downloading the engine folder, right, when the app opens, so it won't be a problem, I guess. Anyway, the app will point to that previously downloaded engine globally.
Sorry, I don't understand. So if I remove the engine, the app will not download any engine, right?
Actually, David, what we are doing is we are downloading a engine folder globally after the app launches, and whenever you download a lesson, the engine folder which was downloaded globally will be used instead of using the engine inside the lesson. So even if you remove engine folder from one lesson, automatically we'll be using the engine folder which was downloaded globally. So it won't be a issue. Yeah.
It will be an issue because so I don't understand what you're asking me to do.
Just for checking purposes, can you please remove the engine folder from one lesson?
Oh, you mean from one of the packages?
Yes, David.
Okay, understand. Okay, I understand. Okay, I will. Let's continue that offline. Okay, please ping me.
Okay.
To do that. All right, so that I have an action point, and we'll decide which one it is going to be. Okay.
Okay, then. Okay, fine.
All right, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to break this story. I'm going to add a new story for that, Gautam, if you don't mind. So comment the functionality to replace parts to the engine in Abilene packages. This functionality will not be used for the coming 1 to 2 months. So while it complicates the content production process, so we want to temporarily remove this feature. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put this one. Oh no! What are you doing? I'm gonna put this one a bit post June release. Yep. And we're going to have this one, and this one is going to go to Gautam. Gautam, estimations?
Just for commenting this one, David.
Yep.
1 point is fine.
Okay, so my question is, so the functionality that we've just discussed, is it about, was it about commenting that we discussed yesterday, or you mean the entire, if there is an embedded engine, we're going to use the engine? So which one did you tell me a while ago that was completed?
Actually, David, I would suggest like we can take 887 alone. I mean, because anyway, right now in 887 itself, we are handling the functionality. Like suppose if an engine folder is present inside, we'll be using that engine folder, and if it's not present, we'll be pointing to the global one downloaded. So.
Understood. Because what I thought was that we discussed this commenting, because yesterday we talked about commenting, not about delivering this one.
Yeah,
so if you're delivering this one, and if you are almost finished with this one, I would of course prefer to have this one completed. So let's include it in the sprint. And this one, I'm going to remove this one, okay?
Okay, David.
Sorry for the confusion. I didn't get what you were saying. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close this one. Delete. Good. Okay, and there are also going to be added, what we're going to add is our 2 tickets from Valipen. One that is most likely related to backend, namely the products that are not getting unlocked. And the second one is that, I told you that should be fixed, namely that you cannot download a piece of content, right? So did you manage to add them to the backlog, Valipen?
1044.
Okay, good. Thank you. So I'm taking it to the top, and it enters the sprint. So who's going to take it?
10 that cloud and com. Area.
Estimations?
2 points.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let me see what other things. Okay, when the audio is being played, the output composes and not updating. But this one was reported last week. Career page view content. Okay, this is a known issue. For activities in my products, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the issues have been reported to content team. Closing.
You'll be sending an email to Martha today?
You first will check what's happening in the console, and then we'll get it.
An issue reported to content team. Closing. Okay, I can see we have regression.
Yes, David.
Okay, so I'm taking it to the sprint. Okay, guys, so let's have these two, and and we're going to have the whole sprint, I think. So as a user, I want the TOC to get refreshed to the latest version if there is one available. A perfect thing for Ramkumar. He loves such things. Currently, the TOC will get refreshed only when I move the product, move from product level to unit level. When the user opens the app, it loads the default TOC from a local file and does not perform the check if a new version is available. Expected when the user opens the app, we load the TOC from a local file, display the loading pop-up, and check if there is a new version of the TOC available. If so, reload the TOC from the new one from PEP. If we make the check and it turns out that the user has no internet access, we just hide the pop-up and do not display your offline. The check for new version should happen only when the user opens the app from background, not when he or she just enters the My Products tab. And another thing that I would add to this one is checking you might remember it was even suggested by Manik that we check the what's the name of it? The manifest file as well. So, because this seems to be critical, as it seems that we do not have all the products that we would like to have right now in this release. So the problem is that at some point we're going to receive these new products, and we need to handle that properly. So my question for you, Ramkumar, if you are there, because I haven't heard from you yet, is if you can, if we could do that. If it's going to be done by Ramkumar, of course.
David, we have code freeze also, right? So I think it will not. We need some more time for that. So instead of taking it in the sprint, we'll just focus on the release and we can take it up.
Yes,
first.
we do. We made the same decision last time, and look, we have another set of bugs. While this one is critical, is really critical. No, this is the problem that as we're going to have new products coming. Early in June, late in June or early in July, we need to handle that. And current setting does not handle that properly because we need to ask the user to go to the list of products and go back to the list of units. So even though I understand this is not an easy or trivial task, I think that we should try to make it. We can do it in a separate branch in order to test it properly, whatever. But we should try. I don't want to wait another sprint for that and again find a number of new bugs that will prevent me from releasing the app, if you know what I mean. So let me just add two things to that. Expect when the user opens the app, we load the TOC from a local file, display the loading pop-up, and check if there is a new version of the TOC available. If there is a new version of the manifest file available. If it is not, we are checking if there is a new TOC available. If there is a new version of the manifest file, we load it and move back to the list of series. If there is a new TOC, we fetch it and reload the TOC. Okay. So we first check if there is a new manifest file available, right? If a new version. If there is one, we do not need to check any TOCs because we go back to we load the new manifest. We go to the list of series, and if the user will tap series product, the TOC will the latest TOC will load anyway. But if there is no new manifest, we just check the TOC. If there is a new one available, we reload it. If there is no new TOC available, we just do not reload it. End of story.
I have a query here. So as mentioned, there is no update in the manifest, but there is an update with the TOC. So that time we need to move back to series page or again.
No. If there is a new TOC available, we just reload the TOC. We go to the list of series only if there is a new manifest.
Okay, but one more thing, David. So each time, for an example, just user sets the default course and he now kills the app, and the user opens the app again. So now, as of now, the user will be shown with the TOC page, and if the user taps on the back button from the top, will be moved to series page, right? So that time
we need to be taken to the product page.
Yeah, but that check is not needed, right, in this case. Yeah, because anyway, if user kills the app, we'll be checking, right? So maybe I guess 2 times we are checking it. So, and do you think?
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right, but I would leave it as is, just for this, as you can see, for this scenario when the user loads when there is a new manifest file available. Right? I would still leave it as is, namely that we just perform the check. If the user goes to the list of products and they enter the product again, we again fetch the TOC. Yeah, that's what I would do. We can modify this behavior and rethink it in terms of UX once we have all these covered. Currently, well, as Ezos has said, let's make as few changes as possible to that. So let's not remove this one because, well, we need to think this through properly with Nathan and with UX as well. Do you know what I mean? That we introduce this checking, but we do not remove the previous functionality. That's it.
Okay. My query is actually I'll be for another day. It will take some time at least because there will be a lot of testing needed from my side and even QA side. So that was my query.
Somebody needs to update the TOC. Yes, we have access.
Huh?
For manifest. But this is for TOC.
Yeah, for TOC we don't have access. So that is also a, for manifest update we have access. We'll have to check. For TOC we don't have access.
It will be good chance.
No, because we have only 2 days.
You will not be able to complete it in 2 days.
Because these are most
A lot of checkings.
Yeah, from lot of check we have to.
Someone has to update the TOC and then we have to reload and check it.
David, we have a situation here for Ram. He's not going to be available for 2 days, so he's afraid this might be a spillover.
But otherwise,
okay, so let me put it this way. So Ram Kumar, how about just covering this manifest file?
okay, just checking each and every time when user kills and open the app, we need to check manifest update is there. Yeah.
And if it is available, the manifest file, if there is a new manifest file version, we go to the list of the series.
Okay, and here one more query, David. Okay, so consider user has set the default course. Now he kills the app, so he's opening it. Now we need we are checking, and we have got the manifest file update. Now we need to remove the default course, or still we need to set it off. You got the point, David? What I'm asking?
Yeah. I'm just thinking. We should actually remove it as the default. We should actually remove, because what I want to achieve is that we can easily force all users to re-download their TOCs, you know. And in order to do that, I'm just going to change the version of the manifest file, even without changing the manifest file. And I know that when the user opens the app, they will see the products page, right? And they will need to download the latest version of the TOC by tapping series, product, and then seeing the unit view, right? So in order for this scenario to be covered, we would need to remove the default course. Is it possible then? Is it any? Because, well, I'm just trying to limit the scope of functionality so that you can cover that, even though you're going to be unavailable for 2 days. So tell me. So I need your advice here.
Okay, and yeah, this is one query, and one more thing, David. So for an example, so manifest is got updated, but think of the scenario: user has downloaded some of the units or lesson from the course. So what will be the scenario for the downloaded contents?
It's already handled, isn't it? It's already handled, because if I update the manifest file and go to the list of series, as far as I remember, it is going to fetch the latest one.
Okay. Yeah, but in that case, that is the downloaded have to be removed, right? All the downloaded contents, because the TOC is updated, right? So if you update the manifest, then downloaded contents will also be updated, right? So that is my query. So it's not handled actually. That is, for an example, just in startup level 1, user is downloading lesson 2, and now consider the scenario that startup in the manifest something startup has updated. So startup level 1 or level 2 is updated. So in that case, remove downloaded should that is, all the downloaded contents should have to be removed, right?
To be honest, I don't know why. Because currently, when you, for example, go to download, let's say, okay, you have startup level 1. You have startup, right? Then you enter startup level 1. Then you download a piece of content. You go back to the list of products. You again download startup level 1 because you download the TOC. You don't need to re-download anything, do you?
David,
downloading a new version of the manifest file should not enforce you to re-download all the content. No, it should not.
But you said the IDs will not be constant, right? It might change when you update the TOC. So if the ID is changing, we cannot fetch the respective downloaded content of that lesson, right?
Yeah, because through IDs.
So the IDs would be, if the IDs are changing, obviously we cannot fetch the downloaded contents.
But the IDs are not going to change for the products that are, for the activities that are already there. If, for example, Unit 1, Lesson 1 has an ID X, it is going to remain X. What may happen is that this Lesson 1 is going to be removed, but it doesn't affect us at all then. It is very, 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 very unlikely that we're going to have Unit 1, Lesson 1 with an ID X, and somebody comes with an idea, I'm going to change it Unit 1, Lesson 1 to Y. No, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so this scenario will be applicable if TOC gets updated, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So to tell you what I want to achieve, I want to somehow force the user to download the latest list of series, so that when I add Gold XP to the series, because in the first release, Gold XP is not going to be in the list of series.
Okay.
I want to easily show this new series to the user. That's why I need to check the manifest file. And moreover, I want to easily make all users go from startup to startup level 1 and force them to download the latest version of the TOC. That's it. Okay? So my question for you, Ramkumar, is, despite the fact that you're going to be unavailable for 2 days, is it possible for you to handle the entire scenario with the manifest file, at least? I can discuss it with you even more tomorrow, to discuss all the details, discuss all the scenarios. I'm going to assist you as much as possible.
Yeah, okay. So all manifest scenarios alone. So that is without checking TOCs, I need to check manifest update is available or not, that alone.
if there is a manifest available, you download it, and we withdraw to the list of series. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I can do that, David.
Okay, so I'm going to add it as a separate story.
Okay.
Okay, so as a user, I want the app to check if there is a new manifest file available.
David, here one more thing. That is, we need to check every time when the user kills and open it again. So that was the.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Available so that I can fetch the latest list of series. Critical. When the user opens the app, in the default product or the list of series, we check if there is a new version of the manifest file available and display the loading pop-up to the user. If let me just copy it from this description. Okay, create. Okay, close this one. Close this one. Okay. There is a new. We load it and move back to the list of series. Okay. If we make the check and turns that the user and it turns out that the user has no internet access, we just hide the pop-up and do not display. You're applying the check for the new version should have a line when the user opens the app from the background. Not sure where. Not when he or she. Yeah. So that's all.
David, can you update regarding the default course?
Okay. Sure. If the default course is then reset to null. Okay?
Yeah. We need to remove the default if manifest update is that.
Okay, so I'm going to put it this way. Okay. So we also remove the default product so that the user needs to enter the series and product to fetch the latest version of the POC. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So can we estimate it?
3 fine, sir.
Thank you. As I said, I'm here for you. So if you have any questions, any issues, let's have a call. Let's discuss it. I understand this is risky, but to be honest, it's worth the risk. I know.
Yeah, sure.
Let's be careful here, but I think that we're going to do fine. All right. So I have a call in 5 minutes. So let's stop here. I'm going to make it 1 week long. When I receive a ping from you, Kalpana, that I can close the previous one, and I'm going to start a new one. Okay?
Okay, David.
David,
right.
just one clarification about the strings. I just added a comment in that 1035. Can you just check it?
Sure. Let me see. Shall I change the password? Maybe a special number with a blank to your name or username to. The only difference is this one.
Yes. Because the user do not know what a char is. So characters.
And where was it, that car? Was it for me? No.
Yes, the instead of password must be.
Yeah, I said that it should be password must be 8 to 32. Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Please do change it, but do not make it to this a hyphen to make it shorter. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right.
so, and for the password and confirm password fields, so what I would suggest is when the user leaves them empty, we'll just say password required and confirm password required. And when the user is invalid password, at the time we'll show what it should contain. That it should be 8 to 32 characters with one special n.
Yes. Yeah. As we discussed yesterday. Yes, we discussed it via Hangouts. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just update it now.
Okay. All right. Please test it. Please test it because I think that the strings are very long. Let's see how the app behaves then. Okay. Because we might require some help from Shake.
Okay. Then.
Confirmed. I'm adding a comment here. All right. So let's have the sprint review. Sorry, retro tomorrow then. Yep.
Yes, Savit.
Okay. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much, and let's stay in touch. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, team.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.